Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So it's currently Friday and I thought it'd be the perfect time to start a weekend reading vlog. I don't do these very often, but I have an exciting TBR of books that I want to read this weekend, and reading was a flop for me in April. I only read 3 books, which is very unusual for me, especially considering I've had like really good reading months this year where I've read like 12 or 15 books, and then we have a 3-book month and 2 of those books were rereads. I was reading the Daughter of the Power King series and those are the only books that I read. So I'm trying to make May a non-flop month for reading. So I'm trying to read 3 books this weekend. This looks a bit more ambitious than it actually is because this is a bind up and I'm only going to be reading one of the books, but it's still a pretty ambitious TBR for the weekend. Let's first go through the TBR of books that I want to read this weekend. Starting off with one of my most anticipated releases of the entire year, and I can't believe that it's finally out and I get to read it, but it is A Funny Story by Emily Henry. So this book came out at the end of April, or close to the end of April, and I didn't get my hands on it until I think a few days before May, so I haven't had a chance to read it yet, especially since I was like still catching up on my TBR from April that I needed to finish. But it's finally time for me to get to this book, and I feel like I'm really in the need for a fun Emily Henry kind of book. This one seems chaotic and fun. I haven't heard anybody's opinions on it. I think I've seen like maybe snippets of like people saying it's their favorite or people really enjoying it, but like I don't know any in-depth thoughts. I've been specifically avoiding knowing people's specific thoughts on this book because I really like to form my own Emily Henry opinions, you know? So I'm very excited to get to this one. I read the description, like the full description, for I think the first time either ever or since the description was like announced, but I read it again last night and it is chaos. So we follow a librarian, which has me really excited. But basically our main character is engaged, but then her fiance realizes that he's actually in love with his childhood best friend. And our main character, Daphne, ends up being roommates with the only person who could possibly understand her predicament, and that is Petra, her fiance's childhood best friend, her ex, Miles. And so she ends up falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex. Chaos. I also think there's some fake dating involved where they like post misleading photos of their summer adventures to make their exes jealous. It seems like a recipe for a book that I'm going to adore. I have loved every single Emily Henry adult romance book so far, so I'm really excited to get into this one. The plan is to read all of this book today. That is the plan, that is the goal, so hopefully I can do that. This is definitely the book that I'm the most excited for on my TBR, and that's why we are starting off with it today. But then I still have 2 other books. So the plan is tomorrow I want to pick up Rainbow Volume 1. This is by Sunny and Gloomy. So cute. Scholastic sent me this graphic novel recently. It just came out at some point this year, and I think this is going to be the perfect book to read in between Funny Story and the next book on my TBR, and just like a fun, cute little read. The art style is like very pink, it looks very fun, and all I know is that this is young adult. It's a young adult graphic novel, and our main character has a crush on a new student named Mimi, and it says, as she grows closer to Mimi, it may finally be time for Boo to face reality. Who is the real Mimi? The one in her dreams or the one in real life? And I just think that this is going to be so cute, so fun, so I'm definitely planning on picking this up tomorrow. And then also probably on Saturday, continuing into Sunday, I want to pick up the 3rd Soul Screamers book by Rachel Vincent. Me, Peyton, and Alyssa have been buddy reading this series I think since the beginning of the year, or like close to the beginning of the year. This is one of my favorite series. It's one of my comfort series. Just a trashy paranormal fun time. And surprisingly, Peyton and Alyssa have been really enjoying it as well, which was a huge surprise. Pleasant surprise for me. But we're on book 3, My Soul to Keep. It's like just over 300 pages I think, so this is all that I will be reading. This will be for another time. It's book 4 and then a novella, but I'm so excited to get into book 3 with them because it is drama. Like this whole series is just drama, and I'm so excited for Peyton and Alyssa to get to this one. So my plan is to finish it this weekend. I don't know what their plan is, but I told them I was starting it. I told them I was going to finish it this weekend, so I guess we'll see what they do, but I'm so excited to get into this. Yeah, so that is my ambitious TBR for the weekend. I don't have any plans for today, which is why I think I can read all of Funny Story today. I don't think I have any like concrete plans tomorrow besides reading, but then Sunday is Mother's Day and I don't know what we're doing yet, but I know we're going to be doing something. Oh, I do know. Something I need to do tomorrow is I need to make my mom a Mother's Day card to give her along with the Ana Luisa pieces that I got for her, so that's going to be very exciting. I've been waiting to give those pieces to her, so I need to make her a nice Mother's Day card. But it's really hot in here, so I need to go somewhere where it's cooler and pick up Funny Story. 50 pages into a funny story and I'm here for it. Okay, I was here for it on page 1, but I'm enjoying this so much. Like, I've already put a fangirl pink tab in there, even though they are not dating yet, and it was just like a little moment where like he gave her a forehead kiss because he was comforting her, and she said it was like the most natural thing in the world, and it was just so cute. And I've also decided to tab the book, so I've got quite a few tabs in there already, which is really exciting. I've also decided that with my Emily Henry books, since her books are now coming out on hardcover and then paperback a year later instead of straight to paperback, since I'm not going to wait that long to read her books, I'm going to annotate the hardcovers once the paperbacks come out. But eventually I'm going to be annotating the hardcovers. So starting the tabbing process already. We just got to the part where they've kind of agreed to fake date a little bit. They've posted their first misleading picture on social media, and I'm here for the vibes. I love them already. We had a cute scene with Daphne at the library doing story time with all the kids. That was fun, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy the whole librarian aspect of this book. I love the way this book's written. I love Emily Henry. I love the chapter kind of titles. We've had one like flashback chapter from when Daphne and Peter, her ex-fiance, broke up, and I just love the way that she is like crafting this book. Emily Henry is a genius, and I adore her books so much. I think it's going to be so easy to read this entire book today. So I'm going to get back to reading. I just wanted to do a little bit of an update since we are 50 pages in. We've just gotten to the like real meat of the book, but the setup so far, stunning. I love this book so much. I'm on page 128 now. Things have happened. I'm just obsessed with it. I love it so much. I love all these characters. I love our main ones, Daphne and Miles. I adore them with every fiber of my being, but I also love Ashley, who is Daphne's co-worker at the library. She is great. Since I last updated, we had a scene where they decided to hang out after work for the first time, and they went to the winery that Miles works at, and Ashley's personality really shined through. And it's been a while since I've read Emily Henry's books, so I don't remember all of like the best friend side characters specifically, but I feel like she might be one of my favorites. And we've only had like one like true real scene with her where like we got lots of interactions from her. I'm obsessed with her. She's amazing. And, like the chemistry between Miles and Daphne, so good. It's so good. Like, they just already feel so comfortable around each other and so close, like wanting to comfort each other and just kind of like wanting to touch each other all the time, which I just adore. And like for Daphne as a character who struggles to trust people or open up to people, struggles with like getting to know people and like making friends, for her to feel so like comfortable and close with Miles so quickly, because she's only been living with him I think for 2 months at this point roughly, but they've been like actual like friends for a much shorter time than that, and she's so comfortable around him already, and I feel like it's a real testament to their connection. I just cannot wait to see it go further. Like, I'm not even halfway I almost dropped it through this book yet, and things are already just so good. Like I said earlier, don't think it's going to be a problem at all to finish this book today. The only problem is that I don't want to finish it. Isn't that like the age-old like problem of being a reader, is like you want to read a book really quickly because you just want to devour it and you just want to know everything about it, but on the other hand it's like I want to live in this world and this book with these characters for as long as humanly possible. It's a struggle. Also, Daphne was just talking about her love of reading and where that came from, and it's one of the reasons why I love reading books about characters who love books, because they just get it. And obviously authors also love books, so they get it. But it says, I cast my mind back to before grad school, before undergrad even, all the way to the first moment I remember loving a story, feeling like I was living it, being even as a child bowled over by how something imaginary could become real, could wring every emotion from me or make me homesick for places I'd never been. And then she's talking about Narnia, and later she says, ever since Mr. Tumnus, I've never actually read Narnia, showed up at that snowy lamppost, this world was never gonna quite cut it for me. I love it. I'm on page 300 of Funny Story. I am so close to being done, so this is my official final update before I finish the book, because otherwise I would just not update you guys again, and I feel like I have to because I love this book so much. The characters, the main ones, the side ones, have just completely captured my heart, and Emily Henry has done what Emily Henry does best, at least in my opinion, and that is just make me feel every single emotion and feel for these characters and relate to these characters. Even if I haven't gone through exactly what they've gone through, somehow she finds a way to make it relatable. Got a lot of tabs in here, obviously, and just some things have been happening in this last little chunk that have just really like pierced my heart. Also, a scene just happened between Miles and Daphne. It was a really good scene. It was a really good scene. But obviously we're at this point in the book where things typically start to go really bad in a romance book. And, you know, something good happens and then something bad has to ruin it. So I'm really nervous. So I'm gonna get back to reading and I will update you guys when I finish the book. Okay, it's a while later now. I have finished Funny Story by Emily Henry. My goodness. Obviously, I loved this book a whole heck of a lot. It was amazing. It was fantastic. That ending was so perfect. It was like the best full circle beautiful moment from the beginning of the book. There's like this common thing with a story structure where you kind of can start the book and end the book in the same place, or like in the same way, to really show how the characters have changed and evolved over the course of the book. And this one just did it so beautifully. Like, off the top of my head, my memory is really bad, but off the top of my head, I cannot remember a book that had like a better full circle moment ending like that. I'm sure there's a bunch of good ones out there that I love that I'm just not recalling, but this one, like, it really like took me aback for a second. I was like, whoa. I was like, the last 2 lines, crazy. The title drop in this book, amazing. Love it. So glad I know what this means now. I adored this book. I feel like I don't really have that much else to say. I love the characters. I adored the romance. I don't know where this book ranks in my Emily Henry ranking. I know that when I finished Happy Place, I just had that gut feeling. I just knew that it was in my second favorite spot, right under Beach Read. And I've tried to think about this. I finished the book a little bit ago and I've been trying to think about this. And I think without rereading Book Lovers and People Meet on Vacation, because I do think my top 2 spots are still Beach Read and Happy Place, I think without rereading her other 2 books, I think this one and Book Lovers right now could be interchangeable. I'm gonna reread Book Lovers soon, so hopefully I will be able to tell then whether I like this one more than that one, but it's been 2 years since I first read Book Lovers and I've never reread it. So I'm struggling to figure out where exactly this is in the ranking, but for right now, the 3rd spot in my ranking could either be Funny Story or it could be Book Lovers, with People Who Meet on Vacation being at the bottom. Not because I don't love it, but just by default. But I love this book. So happy that I managed to read it all today. I knew that I would. Honestly, I was not in a great mood this morning, and I was not in a great mood yesterday, and I was like even like hesitating picking this book up because I know that sometimes the mood that you're in can like negatively impact the experience you have with something. Like, I was in a really bad mood when I first listened to Harry's House, and so like that album is forever like colored underneath this like terrible like heartbroken mood I was in. So I didn't want this to be like soured by like my bad mood, but honestly I'm so glad I picked it up because it took me right out of that bad mood and it really like helped me escape and made me feel better. Like, you know Taylor Swift's new song I Hate It Here, where she's like, I hate it here so I will go to a secret gardens in my mind? That's what I did today. I went to a secret garden in my mind that was mainly consisting of the library that our main character works at and their shared apartment. That was my secret garden for today. My secret garden for tomorrow will be Rainbow Volume 1 by Sunny and Gloomy, and I'm just hoping that I love this a lot. I think I will. I don't know, something about the art style and like the description has me thinking I'm gonna really enjoy it. It's just so cute. It looks so charming. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna pick this up tomorrow for the next book in this little weekend reading vlog. Okay, so it's now Saturday and there's been a bit of a change of plans for the reading. So originally, like I said, I was gonna pick up Rainbow Volume 1 today, but I'm actually going to the States with my parents right now in a few minutes, and this is not gonna last me very long. So I'm gonna instead jump straight into My Soul to Keep by Rachel Vincent, because this should last me the whole trip and then some. We're not staying the night or anything, we're just going over the border, and then I'll read this at some point tonight. I'll probably take a break from Soul Screamers to pick this up. I also forgot to mention yesterday that I'm listening to Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. It is the Besties and Books book club pick for April. I'm a bit late to reading it, but I have an hour and a half left. I think I started yesterday with like 3 hours left. I've been listening to it all day while I was like doing my makeup and straightening my hair and stuff, so the plan is to finish that as well today, hopefully, because I believe it's due tomorrow or on Monday. So I've got to finish that, plus we're already like super late to do the live show. But I'm so excited to jump into My Soul to Keep. So it is many hours later now. We are back from the States. We had a pretty late dinner for us. We normally have dinner pretty early. And now I'm finally able to update you guys properly. So if you guys saw, we ended up going to Value Village before we went to the States. We had some stuff to drop off of my grandma's to donate. And because we got a coupon, we ended up going inside. And I think somebody like got rid of a bunch of their YA contemporaries, because there was a bunch. I mean, obviously I don't know if they were donated by the same person, but that's the vibe that it gave to me. But among those is one that I actually did want, and I was hemming and hawing about it, but then my mom really wanted to leave the store, so I ended up just deciding to get it. But it's Kate in Waiting by Becky Albertalli. This is the paperback that has the new designed cover on it. I have the original hardcover because I pre-ordered it when it came out, and I love this book. I read it twice now. I read it physically when it first came out. I have a whole reading vlog for it if you guys want to go check it out, and then I listened to it as an audiobook. So anyways, I bought this at Value Village today. I am excited about it. I don't currently have a home for it on these bookshelves. I do have my copy of Simon Versus here. Honestly, might just stick it right there for now, because the shelves, I'm struggling with them, guys. I really am. I miss all of my shelves. So I do have a reading update for you guys. So I was reading Soul Screamers, like I said, My Soul to Keep, which is the third book in the series. I was listening to the Torture Poets department the entire time, and I don't think I'm quite at the point where I can listen to that album while I'm reading without getting distracted. It's just too new. It's too exciting. So I was getting a little bit distracted and wasn't reading as fast as I feel like I normally could have. So I only got up to page 101, chapter 9. So a decent way through the book. I'm a good like quarter into the book. I don't know. I'm not about to do fractions for you guys, but I'm 101 pages into this book, and honestly, it's just a trashy paranormal good time. I definitely like the second half of the series more than the first half, just because of certain things, but I live for the drama, okay? They don't make YA books like this anymore. But I do think I'm gonna pause on this for tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up again. I don't really want to leave too much reading for tomorrow, just because I don't fully know what we're doing for Mother's Day. I think we're gonna go out to lunch somewhere, so I could read in the car to and from. So I don't know if I'm gonna pull this out again today, but I do want to take a pause and read Rainbow Volume 1 because I am really excited about this, and it's going to be a quick little read. Okay, it's much later now. I do have some reading updates for you, but first, I mentioned, I think in the intro of this vlog, that I had to make my mom a Mother's Day card, and I've now done it. I've got her whole present prepared for Mother's Day. If you want to see what I got her from Ana Luisa, then you can check out my book wish list video, which I will link up above in the cards for you to check out to see the 2 pieces that she honestly picked out for herself. But honestly, her memory is so bad that she's probably forgotten what she picked out, because that was a while ago now. But I did make her a card. So this is the little card that I made her. It just says Happy Mother's Day on the front, and I did like a little Dutch door moment. I'm gonna show you the inside, but I'm gonna cover what I wrote because you guys don't need to know what I wrote. But I basically took this like heart paper and I made like a border with it so that when it closes you see the paper right there. But I wanted to like integrate it on the inside in a nicer way than just like being on the side of the paper, so it creates like a nice little square border on the inside, and I really like it. So that's the card I made her. But my battery is dying, so we have to do the reading update. So I did read Rainbow Volume 1. It was cute. I like the art style. That's definitely my favorite part of it. I think that the description on the back doesn't fully give like the greatest representation of what we actually get in this graphic novel, but it was good. I would consider reading the second volume when it comes out, whenever it comes out. There's no release date on Goodreads. I mean, this just came out in March, so understandable. But I just wanted to say trigger warning for alcoholism. Boo's mother does suffer from alcoholism, and it did end on a bit of a cliffhanger as well. So like I said, I'd be interested to read Volume 2 when it comes out. I don't know how many volumes there will be, but I've been reading Soul Screamers. I know I said I didn't know if I was going to be picking it up again, but I decided to pick it up. I wanted to just get halfway through the book, and I ended up reading more because Rachel Vincent knows how to create a page turner, okay, and how to like get you reading, because chapters are short and she always like ends a chapter in the middle of a scene, so like you want to know how it ends. And even now I ended off in the middle of a scene and I really want to like keep reading, and I easily could just finish this book tonight, but it's like past 1 in the morning, so I need to go to bed. But I'm now on page 198. Does it bother me that it's not an even 200? Just a little bit, but I don't have that much of the book left to go. This much left of this third book, so easily we'll be able to finish that tomorrow, and I'm so excited about it. I just love this book so much, and I cannot wait to find out Peyton and Alyssa's reactions when they get to this one, because crazy things happen in this one. Like, this is where things really start to get real. Having a grand time with that. Cannot wait to finish this tomorrow. I'm having so much fun with this vlog, so I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. But I think it's time for me to bid you adieu and go to bed. Okay, so it's now the end of Sunday, the end of this vlog. I forgot that my camera battery was dying. Crap. Anyways, I didn't take any clips today of Mother's Day, but we had a lovely day. But I just finished my Soul to Keep by Rachel Vincent, and I had a blast, like an absolute blast. I just appreciate how like drama filled and how fast-paced these books are. They're just my comfort reads. I love them. So this was such a fun vlog. I read 3 books: Funny Story, Rainbow Volume 1, and My Soul to Keep. And it was the best. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog as much as I did. This would be a much longer outro clip if I remembered that my camera battery was dying and if I had charged it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books and your thoughts on them. I'm sure you guys have probably only read this one. Or just let me know what you've been reading recently. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.